Hey, what's up, everybody? Let me double check we're live here. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure it's working. I think it says we are. Just want to like pull it up. My videos. Is this OBS even working? Sorry, I'm bugging out here. Why is this not? Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Man, what an exciting day today. I just got finished listening to Richard's like podcast that he just dropped out of nowhere. And then Hexo, shout out to Hexo. Everybody go to YouTube and you know, this is the hot news of the day on Hexologist channel. Richard just did like a new like a podcast, like 47 minutes audio. Man, it was good to hear his voice. It was awesome. Oh, I forgot to pull up the chat. Hold on one sec. Let me get the chat. See who we're chilling with. Hey Mackenzie, what's up? Soar Golf and Ryan. Hey, good to see y'all. Let me get the chat here. Pop this out. There we go. Now I can read it. All right. Yeah. So what an exciting day, man. It was so refreshing and good to hear Richard's voice. That's what I know for sure. This was a good one. And yeah, so I highly recommend everybody go listen to this. I mean, I kind of want to listen to it again. I mean, I would sit here and do it with you guys, but you guys can go listen to it on your own. But totally awesome. It's good to hear that he's back and everything's going great, and he's still working and doing his thing. He says so that's awesome. You know, he was laying low for a little bit, but he's doing good. So, and it looks like the I didn't even realize this till I heard this. I don't know how I didn't read it. They extended the comment period for the IRS stuff for another 10 days, which is awesome. So if you still haven't sent in your comments to that, go ahead and do that. Is there a link on Hexo's thing? No. That's probably on Richard's. Probably just go to Twitter. And then, yeah. Then basically we have extra time to do the IRS stuff. And hopefully it'll actually affect the rules, which would be sweet. Hey, what's up, Tex Hex? Yeah, it's good to be back. Yeah, I want to stream every day now. I don't know. I want to go live more often. I feel like it's, I don't know, something to do. Keeps me busy when I'm in between appointments and, while I'm doing office hours. So, hey, Crypto Frontier, do you plan on doing a new video on Validator setup with IP? Yes. And yeah, I actually plan on doing a video on how to do it with if you have a dynamic IP address, like at your house, like, when you have like a cable modem from Comcast, if you unplug your internet for like a couple hours and then you plug your internet back in, yeah, you get assigned a new IP address from your internet company. And there is a free service out there that you can use and sign up for, and then it like translates your IP. It gives you like a .com basically that you don't have to buy. You don't have to pay for it. Or they do have like $1.09, I think it's like 99 cents subscription if you want to go like for the pro version, and it gives you a .com sorta, but it's just for you. And then use a piece of software in your computer that always keeps that .com updated. And then yeah, I can in the GitLab script. See if we go to Prism ETH, I can show you the command. Yeah, if you go to prismaticlabs.com, yeah, this is like the Ethereum version, but it's the same. And then you go to the command line options, and then where is it? It's like P2P DNS name. Yeah, peer-to-peer options. And then yeah, there's a P2P host DNS value. So yeah, you can like use a .com, or yeah, you could buy your own .com, or you can get a free one. And then you can use that with this command right here. You just put that command in your beacon Docker file, like in the command for your beacon Docker. You just add this, and then you add your .com, and then boom, it just doesn't matter if your IP address changes. It always keeps it up to date. So that works. Or if, let's say you had Comcast, and I think you can call Comcast to be like, hey, I want to, it's called a static IP address. I think it's like 10 or 15 bucks a month. And then they'll give you like 1 or maybe 5 IP addresses. You only need 1. So it should be like 10 bucks a month, 15 bucks a month. And then you can buy an IP address that never changes for your house, your modem. And then you use this command. You use P2P host IP. And then you put in the IP address. So these are just optional, though. They're options. Like, you don't have to do them. Let's read the description. The DNS address is advertised by libp2p, which is like the peer-to-peer protocol. And it just advertises this to the other nodes. So it makes your computer a little easier for the other validators to find out there. But that's about it. It's just an option. Yeah, static IP, they gave me 5. Oh, okay, you have a 5 block. Oh, okay, then you want this command right here. You want minus P2P host IP value. And then what you do is you just copy this. And then you go to my GitLab. Then you go to the PulseChain Validators project. And then you can just add it to your shutdown script. Well, because I'm just going to assume you already have your validator up and running, because you can do it after the fact. You can just set up a validator and you can add an IP later. And all you got to do is add it to line 9 of the shutdown script, line 9. You just go all the way to the end. And then you would just like paste it after your Ethereum address. You paste, and then you paste your IP address instead of the word value. And that's it. So you would just add it to line 9 of the shutdown script. And that's how you can add your own IP address if you got one that doesn't change. So that's it. So, and that's how all of these commands here work. There's a ton of different options. But you're not going to use most of them. I've already done most of them. As you can, like, if we look, let's go over line 9 here. Like, this is the part of the PulseChain software that runs the beacon node. Hey TC, what's up, dude? Yeah, my pleasure to help. So like a PulseChain validator is really like 3 things. There's the old Geth, like the old blockchain, like old Ethereum 1. Back when we used our video cards, that's still alive. They kept it alive. And then they took the beacon chain, the new one that they did last September, and that is on top. And that's the second like Docker container we're running here in line 9. And then on top of that, it's optional. If you want to stake your Pulse, then you could do a validator on top of your beacon, which is line 11. So first is the old Geth blockchain. That's like old Ethereum 1. So that's running. Then we've got the new beacon Docker. And then you've got the validator on top of that if you want it. And then, so these 2 things really are PulseChain node. All you need is line 7 and 9, and then you're like running the PulseChain. And then line 11 makes you a validator. So Prism, so these guys here, this Prism Labs.network, all of these, like, they're called flags. All of this stuff you use on line 9, because this is the beacon chain. This is Prism. Like, and you can see their software right here, Prism Pulse. This is what we forked. So can I paste this in the chat? Here's a link to the commands. So right there, that's a link to these actual flags for the beacon chain. Hey, what's up, MT Coiner? Hey, Finbear. Good to see you guys. We're just talking validator flags, I guess. We went down this rabbit hole here. So if we look at line 9, we can see what flags we're already using, right? So sudo, we'll just go piece by piece. So sudo lets us run as an admin. We're using the program Docker. Docker is the software that we're running the PulseChain inside of. And we're running it. -D is detached, so we don't see this terminal. It's running in the background. We're naming our little Docker container. We're naming it Beacon. We're using the network is the host. So we're saying that the network for this little Beacon little computer box, this is like a little virtual machine. We're saying use the same network as our computer, as like the NUC, as like the actual validator computer. And then we're picking what folder does the blockchain live in. And then we're downloading the beacon chain software from gitlab.com. This is the official PulseChain software, and we download it every time fresh, or if it has a copy on your computer if you already ran it. So we download that. We're setting the PulseChain flag. We want to run on the PulseChain network, not on Ethereum. We're setting this hex file. This just lets it talk to the geth. It just makes a tiny little like hex text file on your computer, and that's what lets the old-fashioned Ethereum talk to the new version of Ethereum. It's just like a key, encryption key, so they can talk on a phone together. That's the best analogy I can give you. Data directory. So where are we? So this is the folder we're saving the blockchain data in. And this is so we're picking a checkpoint. So when we turn on the validator, when you're running the Docker, it kind of calls out to the internet, says, "Hey, PulseChain, where's the first checkpoint? Where does PulseChain start? Like, hey, I'm like new here. Where do I begin?" And then it calls out to checkpoint.pulsechain.com. Then it points it in the right direction. It says, "Hey, you got to talk to these guys. Like, go get the blockchain over there." And he's like, "Okay, cool." Same thing with the Genesis beacon. It's like the Genesis beacon is like, where do I start? Where's the Genesis? Where is the blockchain? Where did it like begin? Like, where's the start page? And it calls out, and then it gets the answer. And then I added this one after the fact. So this is one of the Prism ones that I learned, because I've read all these Prism commands here one by one. So this one is subscribe all subnets. And if we look in here, we can read in the manual what that does. So here to subscribe all subnets. Subscribe to all possible attestation and synchronization subnets. Default is false. So the way validators and like beacon chain talk to each other, there's like, they're called subnets. It's like these they're like RSS feeds, so like subscriptions. It's like I don't know how to describe it. There's just like, I don't know, you could almost call them like chat rooms. There's like a bunch of chat rooms that the validators chat in, and all, you know, the computers do it on the blockchain. And by default, they don't listen to every chat room. Your validator computer is not logged into every chat room, and they don't really have to be, because you're only in certain chat rooms when it's your time to vote on a block. When a new PulseChain block comes out, you're in your attestation subnet or your synchronization subnet, and that's how you're talking to the other validators in that, like, it's a networking subnet. So you're talking to these guys on a private channel. But what I found out, I read other Ethereum validators like recommendations. They said if you subscribe to all the channels, all the subnets, your validators, your beacon chain's always listening to all the conversations of it. Whenever it's somebody's time to do a block, then it makes it less likely that you're going to miss your turn. Because sometimes these computers, they just don't mind the block when it's their turn. Maybe their clock was off by a few seconds, or maybe you had an internet spike, or it wasn't subscribed to the right subnet for some weird reason. Like, that happens, and then it's your turn to like vote on a block, and your validator doesn't do it because they're not like listening. So by adding this flag right here, I told all the validators, we're telling our computers, I want you to listen to every subnet, every single one. So that's what this does. And then peer-to-peer max peers. So this is another custom flag I've added. So we're allowing our validator little Intel NUC computers, it can talk to a maximum of 150 other computers. Once it hits 150 active connections, it stops. Then it won't talk to any more other validators. And there's way more than 150 out there in the world. Like, there's way more than 150 computers. I know that for a fact. But like, you're probably thinking, oh, well, like, let's make it 1,000. It's like, you don't have to do that. You don't want to, because that'll like eat up all your bandwidth potentially, or all the resources on your computer. And like, you don't have to have that many. It's like too much. It'll overload it. Think of the PulseChain as like a spider web. Not every node may be connected to every other node directly, and that's okay. We don't, because it's all over the world and it's a huge network. That's the whole point of the peer-to-peer. Like, the validators spread the messages. You don't want a hub and spoke network. Like, you don't want one validator computer that talks to every server, because it would just be like too much. It'd be ridiculous. But I did bump it up to 150 because by default, if we look, so it's P2P max peers. P2P max peers value. The max number of P2P peers to maintain. Default 45. So default's 45. I did triple that basically. We can triple that, no problem, and it works great. And then I feel like then it, because 45, I feel like yeah, let's do 150, because then it's more likely that your computer will find a good peer and get the blockchain from them and keep it going. So I bumped that up to 150, and it doesn't eat up too much bandwidth, and everything runs great. So check on chat real quick. What's up, y'all? Hey, Dan. Hey, IMI, it's happening. 150 limit is like sharding? Sorta. Yeah, exactly. Kinda. Yep. Yeah. Sharding, yeah, is what's going to happen in the future once they do. Right now for Ethereum, they're working on what's called proto-dank sharding. And proto means like before, like they're preparing for it. And the dank, I think they added for fun. But sharding means right here, this datadir folder, this /blockchain folder. Right now, every PulseChain validator computer has an entire copy of the PulseChain on its hard drive, and it lives in that folder. And it's like 1 terabyte today, which is okay. That's fine. We've got 4 terabyte hard drives. So 1 terabyte of a blockchain, that's okay. We can handle that, no problem. But in the future, once this blockchain gets to like over 4 terabytes, then we all have to buy brand new hard drives. We're going to have to get 8 terabyte hard drives, which they have, but they're expensive. Those are like $1,000 today. So then hopefully what I think Vitalik wants to do, or what they're working on, is proto-dank sharding. Is not all the computers will have to have the whole blockchain. They'll shard pieces of this on servers all over the world. Like your one node won't have to have the whole thing for Ethereum. So that's, I think, to boil it down, that's what they're working on. Yo, what's up, Gamma? Hey, Brian. Hey, Grav. John Bishop, what's up, dude? Gamma says, checkpoints are the first block for an epoch. New consensus climb starts syncing forward from a finalized epoch, which speeds up dramatically. Oh, nice. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, what's it called? Like snap sync, where it like actually starts at the beginning now and goes back, which is sweet. So yes, definitely. Yeah, so that's an analogy, I think, of proto-dank sharding, and it's Vitalik's working on it, so it's way more complicated than that. That was just so we could understand it. The next flag I added here was minimum sync peers 1, because by default, if we look min sync peers value, the required number of valid peers to connect with before syncing, default 3. Yeah, so back in testnet v3, I discovered this flag because it was hard to find 3 peers, and you couldn't start to download the blockchain until you found 3. But all I could find was 1. I think it was like Alex. We were in like the Telegram. So that's why I added this. When your validator first like spins up, all it needs is one other like computer out there to start getting the blockchain before it starts. So I did bump that down from 3 to 1, just so it'll like start quicker. Now, because there are so many validators, like you could probably strip that out if you wanted to wait for 3 for some reason. I don't know why. But I just want that to be 1. So, and then the last flag is the suggested fee recipient. And then this is where the rewards go for when you mine a block. So if we go to scan, I'll show you an example. Scan.pulsechain.com. And then we pick a block. Let's pick an older block. Because that address that you set, it's separate from, because there's 2 kinds of rewards for validators, and I'll go over them. The beacon.pulsechain.com. There's like consensus rewards, and then there's like those block fee rewards. And so just pick any validator. Here we go. John says, my validators are fine since the last update. Thank you for all the work you do. Oh, my pleasure, man. Glad to hear it's all working good. Excellent. DMath. What percentage of the global population are able to speak this validator language? LOL, so rare. I mean, I guess I learned it because I'm obsessed. I like it. It's fun. But like, if you're, I mean, if you just, most IT guys, I feel like could do this no problem. It's really, it's not, it's not crazy. All right. So this is a validator. All right. So if we look at his attestations, yeah. So these are your attestations. He's just saying, yep, I agree on another validator's block. Some other validator mined a block. This guy's just saying, yep, looks good to me. When your computer says looks good to me, when you're just voting like, yep, I agree, you get 26 pulse right now per epoch every 5.5 minutes. Now, sometimes then if you go to blocks, now randomly, this is like kind of random chance. It's your validator's turn to propose the block, and your validator comes like, aha, I've got the block. It's my turn. I've got the next block. Here it is. And then everybody else attests to your block. Now, when you do that, when you attest, when you find a block, you get the reward. Now, if we look at the block on the scan website, I think block hash, and then is it withdrawals? We'll just look at this guy's wallet. Yeah, so here's this validator. Here's his like rewards wallet. If you go to fee recipients, fee recipient blocks, these are the blocks where like it was your validator's turn to like propose them, right? And then you get the reward, whatever the reward is right here. Oop, like on the block, like right there. Like you just got another one right now. It just came in 18 seconds ago. Let's say 1 million. Oh my God. Oh my God. This guy just got a 1 million pulse reward live right now in our face. Oh my God. What the? Whoa. Let's go to PulseX. What is that? How much is that worth? What? That just happened? Oh man. Did you see that? You got 1,027,000 pulse. Let's go to USDC. What is that? $64. Wow. That guy just got $64 in a random block, like a lotto. Like they're like jackpots. Like you don't know when you're going to get them. You don't know what's going to happen. They just like pop up. Gee, that's one of the biggest rewards I've ever seen. That is insane. What? Yeah, I'm freaking out right now. That is like, we just saw a lightning strike. Like you just saw something insane. I've never seen this. Oh man. Wow. So yeah, so that's what it's like being a validator, man. What happened in this block? Who paid this? So now we can go into the block and let's see what happened here. Because some guy paid all that reward in his MetaMask. Like somebody paid for that. Burnt fees, 12,300. Priority fee tip, 1 million. Yeah, so somebody went in their MetaMask and they did like a transaction or something. And can I show you guys? So if we do a send, and then can I send it myself? I think I can. I don't have enough to pretend. Can I pretend? Yes, yeah. So then you go to the gas, and then they went to advanced, and then you can set your priority fee in the GUI. And dude, like the total was 1 million pulse. Oh man, that's nuts. I mean, that's like way beyond aggressive. So like it might have been a bot or like somebody, somebody went in here and just like started hitting like numbers, dude. Like what? All right, so here's the block, and then there's 219 transactions. Here's the transactions these guys did. Okay, so all right, so here's one. So here's a wallet right here. He paid 685,000 pulse in his transaction fee. And it was a PulseX swap and like an LP, a 9mm LP for some meme coins and some pulse. All right, so it might have been an ARB bot too, or a trade bot. It looks like a bunch of coins in, bunch of coins out for pulse. Yeah, so it might be an arbitrage bot, maybe doing a flash loan even, to where that you can make a robot and you can make a script to where if it finds like a difference in prices from two different exchanges, like PulseX and 9mm, you can make a bot where it's like, if the gas is profitable and if I can borrow from here and pay it back in one block or one transaction, like do the trade. and then it'll pay like whatever gas fee because it wants to get in that next block guaranteed. So for some of these guys, like they may have made a profit. Like this guy pulled out like, what address was it? 24B1. Did he even get any coins out? 24B1. I don't even see what he pulled out. It's a little hard to read. I'm not sure what this guy did exactly, but it was some kind of trade. So, but for some dudes, like that makes sense. And like, here's another trade, same token, also huge gas fee. So just monster gas fees. So this guy just sent 1 million pulse, but he only paid 84 in his transaction fee, 57. So these are like normal transactions. These are normal dudes doing like, you know, what's it called market gas, like market gas. You know, you go in your MetaMask, site suggested, go to market, the Fox, and that's like, you know, that's these guys here, like normal. But these two are like bots or something that are going like max bid on the gas. So that's wild. Did anybody else go big in the gas on this one? There's those same coins and yet a smaller fee. 9-inch LPs involved here. You can see the eggplant. The same coins as above though. So yeah, so those dudes are just, so this is just kind of showing like whoever these two wallets are, they're like max bidding gas to guarantee that they're in the next block. The validators, man, it's the validators that really benefit from that kind of stuff, man. That's how you get these crazy, crazy blocks. So that, wow, awesome. That's yeah, that's a, you know, says I've gotten a few hundred grand tip before, pretty nice in pulse. Yeah, a few 100,000 pulse in a block. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Like, yeah. Yeah, because yeah, that was over 1 million. And it's like this is normal. 1,500, 1,400, 2,000, you know, 1,400, 1,000. Like that, this is average. This is normal. This is what I'm usually seeing on mine too. It's like 1,000, couple hundred, and it just kind of drips. And they're random. This depends on how many validators you have. This wallet, I think it was strangely, ironically, the same as yesterday, because I think this dude just has so many validators that we just keep randomly clicking on them on the beacon chain. That like when you have a lot of validators, a lot of stakes, you know, your chances of finding of it being your turn goes up because you have more stakes. Makes sense, right? But I think the order is randomized somehow. There's like some algorithm where it's like shuffled and you never know when it's your turn for like 5 minutes ahead of time. You get a notice on the logs if you're actually watching the little validator computer, but otherwise it's like random. There's like 20K. So damn, that's sweet, man. What a, whew, that's, wow. Now, and then that will like really boost your APY. Because if you go to like the launch pad, like the launch pad.pulsechain.com. Yeah, there you go. Current APR 14.9. Like, yeah, it's only 14.9 if you're hitting those blocks. Like if you get one of those maybe, but in reality it's lower because I think this is Ethereum's number, and PulseChain has additional extra burn. Now if we go to otter.pulsechain.com and then you click on check out the special dashboard for EIP 159 burn. And then this shows you, I don't know, I bet most people haven't seen this one. This shows you live all the PulseChain blocks coming in and shows you how much gas was used. What was the target gas? Is 50, it's always 15 million. What was the base fee they paid? Now the rewards, this is weird. This website's kind of fucked up. We have to, it's like, so the rewards, it's not really negative 3,400, right? And I don't think the validator didn't get this. This is the burnt reward. And then, and then here was the total reward. It was 3,447, but 3,432 with that was burnt. So the validator only got what, 15 pulse as a reward. The difference, you got to like take this number and then subtract that number, and whatever tiny little bits left over, that's what goes to the validator. So this is all burnt, like like most of the fees, like this is all burnt. We only got a little bit. Like this was an empty block, and like, yeah, they paid the validator 2 pulse and there was no burn. But normally it's like, yeah, almost 10,000 pulse came in, and the validators got like, what was that 7 plus 6, like 13 pulse. So yeah, so that's really what's going on here. So this website's not, it needs to be reworked because this is just a fork of the Otter, like default. So this would have to be like fixed. But that's how you read it though. It says gas is 100% burn. Tips like this 1 million pulse for the validator, lucky day for the validator. Gas fees are 100%. Are you sure? 100%? And is the difference just the tip here then? Inflation rewards plus tips is what the validator gets. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And I think the inflation rewards are like tiny. It's like infinitesimal. Well, those are the consensus rewards. That's the, if you go back to the block, the beacon, go to beacon, that's like the 26 every 5 minutes. Those are your consensus rewards dripping in. Yeah. So if you go to this proposer, yeah. And then attestations. Yeah, here's his 26. There's all the attestations. So that plus those. And then what's cool here is this website, the target is 2.5 million. I thought it was 2 million for the gas used. Because if we go to Pulse coin list, so here's like a contradiction. So this website here, OtterScan, says that there's like a target. We want like burnt fees. Yeah, so 15 million gas target. If it's over that, it's burning. If it's under that, it's inflationary. Then you go to Pulse coin list stats, and then if we go down here, this says the target's 2 million beats to be deflationary. So I don't know if it's really, is it 15? Is it 2? I don't know. I'm not sure. Or 2 million? I don't know. I'm not sure which one's correct. I would say I want to think this one's correct because I want to say this is probably just a fork of Ethereum that was never customized for PulseChain, but I don't know. I don't know which one to believe. But gas is low for sure. We are definitely, anything, in my opinion, on PulseChain now that it's been out for like a few months and I've kind of got the feel of it, like anytime the gas is under 500,000, like under 500K beats, that's good. That's low gas. That's like nice. If it's over 500,000, then it's like a little more expensive. Then it's in medium. When it's at 1 million beats, that's like, it feels like an Ethereum, like, you know, like $1 It's like, it's like, So, the gas actually trending down. It's been, yeah, trending down. Now, when the bull market comes and prices start going crazy, then it's going to go, this gas price is going to explode. It's going to go crazy. It'll be 3 million. I don't even know what the max is. Well, I mean, I don't know if you can believe it, but the limit here says 30 million. So, you know, I think in the future, it will definitely bump up. Hey, what's up, Spike? What's going on, my man? We're just talking PulseChain gas. And then, so this says last week, let's give it 30 days. So we're plus 0.12% in the last 30 days. And we are going inflationary, so more pulse is, I mean, it's, look, it's a fraction of a percent, 0.001 every couple, 3 days. Yeah, it's pretty tiny. And then eventually this will, you know, as the gas fees go up and price goes up and popularity goes up, then this pulse supply curve is going to curve back down, and then it's going to start burning. We'll be burning more than we're minting eventually. That'll happen in the future. Yeah, this like right here, this like burn versus issued. Right now it says we're up 13 bill, but in the future, like as more users use PulseChain and once people start going nuts with it, then this pulse burn is definitely going to crank way up. That's just in time. That just takes time. This chart right here will have to skyrocket to cause that to happen. So pretty cool. Yeah, 1 million beats is about equal to 1 Gwei. If you think about it, 10 Gwei would be similar to 10 M beats, not exactly, but good. What do you think about gas price? Oh, that is good. 1 M beats is 1 gwei. Wow. So, all right. So then I guess I'm just really cheap then. Damn. Because when it's at 1 million PulseChain beats, I'm like, feels like that feels to me like 10 gwei. It feels like 10 Ethereum gwei at 1 million PulseChain beats. That like, I get that feeling of like, you know, it takes a few extra seconds for the block to go through. It's like people are using it. It's busy. Swaps are happening. Stuff's going on. Like, yeah. And then when like PulseChain is like 4 million, 5 million, then sometimes it explodes like 10 million. Like it goes like nuts sometimes. Then it's like, that's like Ethereum gas at 100 gwei. And it's like, oh, it's $100 to swap on Uniswap. It's like that. Nope, nope. That's when you unplug the ledger and you walk away for the rest of the day because it's going to cost you more money than you'll make with the gas fees on Ethereum, which is crazy. But the beauty of PulseChain is even if it does explode, it's still, look at it, it's still a tenth of a penny to send right now. Even if you times that by 10, even if we went to 5 million gas, that'd be 1.5 cent, 1.6 cents to send Pulse, right? If we 10x the gas, 10x the cost. So still cheap, a penny to send unlimited, however much money you want in Pulse, you know? And then right now, PulseX swaps at a penny, 0.27. So this would be like 10 cents. It'd be 10 cents to swap on PulseX. So that's awesome, man. Even if you only got $100 and you come to PulseX and you want to buy some coins, it's only 10 cents to swap out of 100. That's great. That's a good deal. Versus if you're on Ethereum and you try to swap and you got $100, well, it's going to cost you $10 to swap. So that's 10% of your money gone. So yeah, PulseChain is just way better for like capital efficiency. Guys ask, where can we see the daily active users? Can't find it anymore on GoPulse. I think you go to just the PulseChain scan, and then you could see total transactions that have been done. Is there a chart? Try to say, and there's wallet addresses, how many active wallets. Is there a better place? Oh, here it is right here. Daily transactions. Yeah, yeah. Oh, this chart. Yeah. Wow, I'm freaking blind. Yeah, this kind of shows it. This shows daily transactions of like just anything. A swap, a send, like somebody clicked a button. Somebody did something. So this is a pretty good indicator of what's up. Past, what's today? 322,000. Yesterday was 311K. October 27th was really popular. That was a busy day. So yeah, we're over 300,000 transactions every day. Solid. Yeah, we never dip under 300K. So that's a metric. I don't know what it, take it for what you will. I don't know if it's bullish or bearish. Doesn't really, but yeah, super cheap, less demand. Really good way to think about the gas price. People complain about gas prices at 2 M beats, but nobody's complaining if Ethereum is 2 gwei. True. I'm going to have to look at that differently now, man. If 2 M beats is really 2 gwei, yeah, that's totally different. Because I will tolerate. I like Ethereum at like, I mean, if I can get it under 10 gwei, then I'm like, I feel like I'm getting a deal. If it's like Sunday night, like 2 in the morning, and gas dips down to like 8 gwei on Ethereum, I feel like I'm like getting a deal. And I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll mint some Hedron. I'll do something, like, yeah. And then what goes above, like, especially when it goes above 25 gwei plus 30 gwei on Ethereum, yeah, forget it. Like, it depends on what it is. It has to be something important. But then on PulseChain, man, yeah, dude, it's like even at 2 million, that's a penny. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's dust. So that's awesome. So a little bit of PulseChain will go a long way. And that's the thing with Validator too. Y'all just saw that Validator. Guy got 1 million pulse. Like how many Ascend is 25? Like, you know how many transactions he just can do now? He just, like, if you're a validator, even with like 1 or 2 or 3 stakes, like if you play this right, this might give you enough extra gas for the rest of your life. Like you'll have enough sends and swaps. You could, at least I know I do. I can click whatever buttons I want all day on PulseChain. I'll never run out of Pulse. Because Pulse is so cheap for the gas. Versus Ethereum, if you really go to town on Ethereum, you can run out of money, and like you can blow thousands of dollars of Ethereum and gas in a day, no problem, easily. I could do that. But PulseChain, man, it's like, it's hard to like burn through that much money. I mean, you have to like actually just blow it and like swap it all. But on gas, like, yeah, it's like so cheap. This is baller. That's why I love it. Yeah, 10 Quayer lowers a jackpot. Yeah, just some context. Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's, yeah. Because if we go to, yeah, let's look at Etherscan. How are they doing? It's been hot during the week, man. Yeah, 38 Quay, get out of here. I like the new heat map. They added a heat map finally. Go night mode. Dim, there we go. Yeah, 38 Quay, 38.41. Like, dude, it's $1.50 just to send in Ethereum. Get out of here. That is wild. PulseChain, it's a tenth of a penny. Like, that's how we do it. All right, swap $25. $25 on Ethereum for swap. Are you crazy? How about a penny? Less than a penny and a half. So, dude, we're just kicking. We're just dominating Ethereum, man. It's just PulseChain's so much better. So much better. Such an underdog. Nobody even knows about it, dude. Well, like, I mean, a lot of people know about it, but like, you know, I feel like even most Ethereum users probably don't really know about PulseChain. Like, not really. They don't understand like what they're missing out on, like the functionality. Even buying Ethereum coins on PulseChain, like you can go to PulseChain. This is USDC from Ethereum, DAI from Ethereum, Hex from Ethereum, Tether, Bitcoin, ETH itself. I prefer to buy Ethereum on PulseChain, and then you get a whole bunch of Ethereum, and then you go to bridge.pulsechain.com, and you could take the ETH out for 0.3% fee, which is like cheap. Cheap. Yeah. Yeah. Wrapped Ether. Yeah. You could like, you can so buy it on PulseChain, and you can do swaps and do whatever to your trading. And then, yeah, you just bridge it out, which is, that'll save you probably money versus just doing like a single Uniswap swap, like $25. Like, you know how many trades you could do for that on PulseChain? like 2,400. Yeah. Yeah. If they're a penny each, yeah, you could swap 2,054 times on PulseChain for the cost of one swap on Uniswap. It's insane. Amazing. Hey, Bernard, what's up, dude? So, yeah, what a bullish day. Oh, man, it was so refreshing to listen to Richard. Y'all got to go listen to Richard, man. It just feels good. I haven't heard his voice in so long, and he's doing great. And that's awesome, man. Yeah. Yeah, really, really cool. Really cool. Because he's the best mind in crypto when it comes to financial freedom and helping us, you know, have the best financial freedom possible. And I mean, Richard really is a hero, man. He really is my hero. He's a good guy. You know, he's really he's doing some good stuff. So yeah. Bridges, Gamma says bridges aren't processed until 2 finalized epochs have passed, which is around 11 minutes. Then the bridge validators have to confirm the transaction. So 15, 20 minutes. Yes. Yep. Yeah, that is a great tip for everybody out there if you didn't know. There we go. Yeah, so it does take 20 minutes to go either way. You can go from Ethereum to the PulseChain back and forth. And then once you've, you know, pick your coin you want to bridge, and then click on transactions. And yeah, it takes 20 minutes for your coins to like be claimable. You gotta let the validators. There's 9 special servers that I heard. I'm not involved with this. I don't know anything about it. What I've heard is there are 9 like PulseChain validators that specifically are attached to this that like process these transactions and like validate them for the smart contract. So that takes time. Yeah, it takes like 20 minutes. Yeah, Finbear felt great this morning. Like a wormhole took me 3 years back. I know, dude. It was so refreshing. I just feel like rejuvenated after listening to Richard. Yeah, it's like, oh, like just puts the wind into your sails. And now it's just like, yep, I've been doing the right thing the whole time. Just been grinding out, making validators 24/7, and helping, you know, all the validators that really need help. You know, so yeah, feels good, man. We've been doing it, so just gotta stick to the mission. Oh, game says 8 validators. All right, cool. Good to know. There's 8 that do the bridge. That's cool. Finbear says, yeah, you got all the juice, Gamma. Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Gamma DevOps in the chat, everybody. I don't know if you know, he's an official PulseChain dev, and he's got tons of tutorials, cool website. He's got a cool Telegram group. I met him in Texas in back in August. That was awesome. So yeah, man, shout out to you. Just doing the Lord's work out here with the rest of us, keeping it alive, keeping the PulseChain alive. Oh, and Gamma also has his RPC server, which I think is completely free, which is nuts. It's like, you know, you can, like, basically he's running the servers at his place, so that way you don't have to have your own PulseChain node. You can connect the Gammas for free, and then especially if you're like a developer, if you make smart contracts, or if you want data off the blockchain, or like if you're making a website that does like hex stats or something, something with blockchain data, then I think you can connect and then query the database, and his servers will give you the answers. So that's awesome. Because normally folks charge for that, like Infura for Ethereum, or whoever, they all charge. So the fact that he's giving it away, that's awesome. That's huge. Yeah. Let's take a look at the prices. I haven't even looked at prices today at all. I wonder if anything pumped since the Richard stream. Did we get a RH coin pump? Watch list. Where's Hex? Maybe the 15-minute. Not really. Nah, didn't really react. No reaction. That's fine. That's cool. It's actually good to know. A Richard stream really didn't even affect the market. Didn't even feel it. Cool. I mean, unless this is it here, but I mean, that's just look at the daily motion. Yes, Cap says RH always warns of scams, so why didn't he warn against PDI and PWBTC and PIMP Link, because they are part of the PulseChain on purpose and part of the plan? Yes and no. So it depends on those coins. Like, technically, those coins aren't scams. They're just forks from the fork. They're just cloned copies from when we took Ethereum and then we made PulseChain, and like, so it forked DAI, it forked Hex, is P Hex a scam? P Hex is just a clone of the Hex from Ethereum. So I don't think P Hex is a scam, right? And P DAI it's not a scam. Now, it's not redeemable. Like, it's broken. Like, it's not real DAI. It's a forked version. It's just like, it's like Litecoin versus Bitcoin. Like, do you think Litecoin is Bitcoin? No, of course not. It's Litecoin. It's a fork. It's a derivative copy. So same with PDI and all these other PWP. They're just derivative copies. Now, the fact that people go to PulseX and gamble on them is completely their problem. There is, like, if you go here, and you're doing, well, it doesn't even see yet. Like, they've removed them from the list here too. You have to come here to manage tokens, and like you have to manually add them. So I think, but if we go to the farms, let's go to those closed ones. Let's see which ones were actually questionable. All right, so no. Yeah, like WBTC from Ethereum versus WBTC. Like, I don't know why they made this pool. And yeah, if you put in your real WBTC from Ethereum, and then people dumped on you and they took your WBTC and they left you with the PWBTC, that's your fault, bro. Like, you clicked the button, you added liquidity. It's the user's fault. Like, yes, there are buttons all over crypto that will get you wrecked, but if you click them, it's your fault. You know what I mean? Like, I don't that's a hard one, man. Because if I was the PulseX dev, which I'm not, I would not have made this pool. Like, definitely not. I wouldn't have let people do that. No, because I know that the PWBTC is junk. Like, it is just a forked off shit copy, right? Like, it's crap. Now, in my opinion, I don't like WBTC either, because that's just held by a bunch of centralized exchanges, and you pray to God that they will redeem it for you, and they have the Bitcoin. So this is a shit coin too. So they both suck. So if you're doing this, you deserve to get wrecked, in my opinion. Like, it's all crap. Like, so, if you shitcoin, you shitcoin, So, and now here's a counterexample. Pepe from Ethereum versus Pepe on PulseChain. Is there any difference here? Probably not. They're both shit coins, right? They're both meme coins. It's just a joke. It's just It's just a smart contract. It's just an ERC20. It does nothing. So no, they're not scams, but like they're just, you know, some of them don't function. And then it proves like the ones like Aave, any kind of website that has like an Oracle or it's centralized, like their P copy of the coin like won't work on Pulse. And then it proves that they're actually not real crypto. So that's all. I mean, you know, he did warn people about that. We talked about that. Like everybody knew about that. If you know the people who got wrecked in this stuff, like you deserve it. Like you click the button. Like I don't know what to say. Like it's just, you know, that's what I feel anyway. I didn't click those buttons. Like it was quite obvious. RH probably doesn't even know that people are talking about PDI. Exactly. Yeah, Richard doesn't give a shit about PDI. Yeah, it's a joke. Like it's junk. If you're out there speculating on that, like you're speculating. You know what you're doing. It's just a speculation. It's just a gamble. It's just pure gamba. Pure gamba. Like PDI. Like any like PUSDC or PDI, like I dumped that shit the moment the PulseChain launched. And I didn't even mean to have it. I tried to get rid of all that crap before the fork because I didn't want it for the fork because I knew that it wouldn't have value. So like, why would you want to hold PDI going into it? But like, let's look at it. Bro, if you buy this, you're an idiot. You're like straight up, this is pure gamba. Like it's pure speculation. You know, because you can't redeem it. Where are you gonna get the Ethereum or Tether USDC out? You can't, you know. So yeah, pure gamba. Nothing wrong with gamba. I mean, if you want to gamble. I speculate. I like to speculate. Now, personally, I don't want to speculate on that coin. I don't find that coin interesting. It's kind of boring. It's like, it's just a forked copy of DAI. I don't even like regular DAI, so I'm not really into a forked copy. But there's nothing wrong with meme coining, in my opinion. I meme coin as a hobby. It's as something for fun. Now, professionally, like for real, if you're a real crypto investor, then like, yeah, PulseChain, Hex, you know, Ethereum, like, you know, like you got to get into the real crypto, like the ones that are going to, are going to be around for years, and preferably the ones that you can mine passively every day while you're waiting for years to go by. In my opinion, I want to be mining more coins every day passively. And I don't want to sit here, click buttons. I don't want to do anything. I want to get more coins every day, and just keep on going. That's my game. That's how I do like the long term, like the marathon. It's like, you want to get rich in crypto, come back to me in 5 years, unless you've got the most coins. And like, that's how you do it. And then you'll be rich later. Kaiser says, I bought $100 moon bag in case it pegs at $1 lols. See, perfect, Kaiser. There you go. See, you're throwing $100, you're doing a little gambling. It's like going to the casino. You pop it in the slot machine. Maybe it'll pop up. You know, maybe you'll get lucky. You know, otherwise it was $100. Not the end of the world. You know, that's not an investment, right? That's speculation, which is totally viable. I mean, you can get fabulously wealthy speculating if you're good at it, but it's hard, especially in crypto. The volatility is too insane, man. I try to speculate and I get wrecked because you don't know which way it's going to go. In my opinion, crypto is way too fickle. Like we are, like, look at Maxi. What was that? Maximus versus Hex up 25% today. Like what? And there was 60K liquidity and it had 24K of volume. So it's like, you know, you're not pulling out millions, but you know, if you put in $1,000 this morning, then yeah, you could pull out 1,250 in a couple hours. Like, holy shit. Like guys in the stock market aren't doing that unless they're going big leverage and risking way more. So yeah, you can, you know, so if you do some speculation, yeah, you can make some pocket change. You can make some money. Now, it is picking up pennies from freight trains, in my opinion, versus, like Richard says, like the long-term game, which is, to me, it's a Hex staking ladder. Oh, let's go that too. I just noticed that today. Yeah, Richard just did go.hex.com got changed. Man. So this used to be where you did like the old school stakes and where you would unstake your Hex. This was go.hex.com, but Richard's changed it now. So now he's not in charge. It's not his problem. Richard could be long gone, and it doesn't matter, right? So that's the whole point. This is truly decentralized. And then there's a DWeb link here, and then some IPFS, interplanetary file service, which like lives on the internet, and basically when like now the humans have created this. It's kind of like the crypto of files, kind of, just to make it simple for you. It's like you can upload a file in there, and then like that shit's like permanent, and then you can have like a hash that's just like a number and letters that points to that, and then all you need is that hash, and it goes right to that file. And then there's like pieces of it scattered all over the internet. So think of it as like the crypto of files, interplanetary file system. So that's what it is. But for me, you come to community sites right here, and then Icosa, app.icosa.pro. This is, I've been using this interface for over a year now for all my hex stakes. I don't know why anybody would use anything else. It's not perfect. It doesn't show the exact date that your stake comes out. So it's not like the best. It's not the prettiest, but functionally, this has all the buttons that I want. It's all about function. Like this works the best. You just swap between networks. There's not even a button. If you want to, we're on PulseChain right now. I want to go to Ethereum, do my Ethereum hex. Boom, here they are. I want to go back to PulseChain. Boom, there it is. That's it. Easy. All your hex, all your hedron, all your Icosa, right on app.icosa.pro. This is the best, in my opinion. There's other ones here. Go pulse.hex. I've never even looked at this one yet. Let's try it. MetaMask. Next. I don't have any stakes in this wallet, so yeah. All right. So not the greatest example. And then right here, you click this button. You can switch between networks, PulseChain, Ethereum. Oh yeah, hey, free speech. What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Hey, I've been enjoying your streams by the well, man. So keep it up. Yeah, I think the best was copy. Hey, Paul Sachs, what's up, my man? Ready for the new Warzone COD? Looks promising. Yeah, actually, yes. Go look at the Hex Trio chart. I've never seen 999 quadrillion price before. Someone's intentionally wrecking the Trio chart to make it unreadable. Wow, all right, we'll check that out after. Yeah, that's interesting, because I like maxing the derivatives. Free speech says, I love how you can run your own EXE option. Yes, because now you can run it from your desktop. So now you can, and then you read the instructions. You can build your own Hex server on your own computer, and you can do your own stakes right in your own web browser, right in your own computer. So you run it right local now, so you don't even need the online part. So that's awesome. So here you go. A Linux ARM. I want to run it on a Raspberry Pi. Okay, there you go, boys. You Raspberry Pi nerds out there. So like the questions I get as a validator is like, can I run a validator on a Raspberry Pi? It's like, no, Raspberry Pis are like tiny little junk computers that are like $10. Like, no. But apparently you can run your own go.hex.com now, so that's cool. Apphex.win. This is a classic website right here. Still works. Yep, you can do that. And then this website, this is an old school hit for charts, especially if you ever want to creep on somebody's their stakes. You could just paste a wallet address in here, and then you get to see all their hex stakes and when they come out and like when they're due. So this has been a bookmark on my wallet for a long time. And then the T-share rate. We were talking about this yesterday. Heads up, everybody. The T-share rate's about to be jumping up soon, like big time. Like we're going into the like 30 like plus thousands. So last call for cheap T-shares, man. Finbear, interplanetarily, surely is that too much? No, I think literally it is made for the interplanetary file system. If humans ever get off this planet, that internet file system should work with us, and we could take it with us forever, just like crypto, right? Let's get crypto off the planet. I want to see validators on. Who's going to be the first PulseChain validator on another planet? Right? Probably not me, but maybe my grandkids, maybe my great grandkids. Our descendants. Can we do it? Can we make it? We'll have to talk to Elon. We'll do a Hex rocket. We'll like sponsor a Hex and PulseChain rocket, and we'll pay Elon and be like, all right, Elon, launch this freaking validator into space. It'll just be a little Intel Nook and a Elon satellite. We'll just put Hex and PulseChain stickers all over the outside of the rocket. I mean, shit, if you got Elon to tweet Hex and PulseChain, the price would probably go up so much we'd be able to afford to buy the rocket and do it. So yeah, maybe someday, man. Turn your dreams into memes. That's what I say. Shit. So yeah, so there's another option. Backuphex.com. Connect the MetaMask. I don't have any stakes, but on this wallet. But here you go. Here's another option for doing your stakes. Oh, wow. Look at that little chart. Oh, the big payday. I was there, man. I was there. We partied. It was a good time. Still have my hat. Shit. Oh, man. Yep. Remember like it was yesterday. Day 3. Yep. Day 354. Good old days, man. God, what day are we on today? Today's day 1431. Oh, man. We're on the way. People are like, oh, 555 is so long. It's like, dude, it's already day 1431. we're like 20% there. We're getting old. Wait, I don't want the 555 to end. Wait a sec. You keep the hex. I want to stay young forever. Paul Sachs, IPFS will work if electric universe theory is true. Hope so. Explains a lot. Yeah. I mean, I think the electric universe theory is true. The universe is dielectric and magnetic in nature. There's no such thing as quantum or particles. It's all just dielectric magnetic fields. That's another stream for another time. I'll blow your mind with that. Stickers to hold the rocket together. That's right. Yep. Yep. PulseChain hex stickers. Send that on the rocket. Yep. So this is cool. This is cool. There's a bunch of options now. So I kind of, and then there's Etherscan, which a lot of people don't know, is you can come to Etherscan and you can do this with almost any contract, not just Hex, everything. You can come to Etherscan, click on contract, connect your wallet, and then you can just do functions. This is like the old school way. This is like using the terminal on the blockchain. This is like the equivalent, right? Like you can literally come here and be like, stake start. Be like, I want to stake Hex. I'm going to do a bajillion Hex and I want to do 5555. And I click right. And then literally you can just make a Hex stake right here. And boom. You can make a Hex stake on Etherscan. So there you go. That's it. It's like magic sauce, it's all right here. And you can do this with almost anything. Anything that's legit, any legit DeFi project, you will be able to go to Etherscan and just write to the contract. But you don't need any of this websites. These are just front ends. You can come right to like the source. And then if you were real hardcore, you could do this in like a terminal on a Linux computer. You don't even need this website. This is a website too. This is also an interface. So technically you don't even need this, but that's like real hard. Like nobody does that. Not even me. I would use this as like a backup. Like if all options else failed, like if all of this was broken, if I tried all these and none of these work, you could still come here. So it's like, Hex is fine. Yeah, free speech, no shit, time's flying. I'm getting older. Yeah, man. Yeah, think about that, man. Those 555s, man, they're going to become due someday. It's like, oh, geez. It's like, we did it, guys. Like, that's going to be a crazy party. All the Hex kids get together for when the first 555s ever made end. Like 555 days after the launch of Hex. That's going to be nuts. That's only in like 3,500 days. So, yeah, it's not, time flies. So, and I think PulseScan, is it scan.pulsechain.com? Let's put it to the test. Can we do, so this is Etherscan, but what about PulseChain? So if we go to scan.pulsechain, paste in that, this is the Hex address, and then click on Hex, and click on contract. I don't know if this lets us write, or I might be in the wrong spot. I've never tried. I've never done this before. I've never had to like write to the contract. APIs, apps. I don't know where to do it. Is it RPC? I don't know. This would be a good game of question. Just install the Hex front on your computer and always have it ready. Just need the internet unstoppable. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much the way to go. Just download one of these bad boys, save it locally, save it in your cloud storage, put it on your external hard drive or a flash drive. So that way, even if even if you lose your computer or this website goes offline, like you've always got a copy forever. Totally. And this is on the GitLab too. So, oh, that's a download link. So if you go to GitLab, it's under the PulseChain. It's gitlab.com/PulseChain. And then Hex server. gitlab.com/pulsechain.com/hex-server. So yeah, this is the repository where literally this is where the software lives, like right here, literally. Here's the instructions. Here's how you do it. Yep, there you go. So right there. Boom. I'll put that in the chat for y'all. Cool stuff. Empty corner. David's making me smarter a second. I don't know about that, but I try. We're just facts, just PulseChain facts. That's all. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, what's up, Kinetics? Kinetics, a buddy retired from Lockheed Martin. He told me that space in a vacuum, that's a plasma. Astronauts would have died under the vacuum presumption. Whoa. Whoa. Oof, my mind is blown. Possible. I've never been there myself, so yeah. Dang. This does make sense. Yeah, how did they get to the... Oh, there's... yeah. Yep, another stream for another time. Another stream. The 21st Dimension asked, any thoughts about 9-inch? I like it. It's another DEX, you know. 9inch.io. Yeah, I mean, it's a, you know, it's a DEX. It's a DEX. It works. I haven't had any problems. I think didn't they have issues with the website yesterday? Like the domain or something fucked up with this yesterday. I know they had big problems and everybody was all pissed. I think the website was broken. But like, it's fine. You know, people have doc. I had trouble with my website like a couple of weeks ago. My website went offline. You know, that's why it's a little tough. And Richard's always like, oh, you know, PulseChain.com never went offline and PulseX.com never went offline. It's like, fuck, ValidatorStore.com went offline. Like, what am I going to do? Like Squarespace, like template, like overwrote my shit. Like, you know, like shit happens. It's technology. This shit breaks all the time. Like nothing works right. So the fact that Richard's never had website issues, he's just lucky, and he does build it and design it well, you know. But you know, there were issues with go.hex.com when the PulseChain came out, and that's why he has done this. So come on, you know, can't you know. But yeah, I don't know what to say. BBC is dumping too much. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. It is going to dump. It is a dump coin. It is a incentive token. BBC is only going to, well, it says it's up 11% today, actually. I mean, yeah, look at that. Boom. That's one guy. That's some dude with like probably a couple $1 million that he put into 9inch, and he's letting everybody trade with all of his coins, and then he gets all that BBC and he just walks up and dumps it. And yeah, I mean, dude, they're going to keep doing that. That's not going to stop. Here's another one. Boom. Yep. I mean, that's not going to stop. This is going to continue. But that's the whole point. It's big bonus coin. This is your bonus. You are supposed to dump it. If you don't, that's, you know, that's on you. So, you know, dump it. Not financial advice, but, you know, I'm dumping it. I'm mining it and I'm dumping it. So that's what I'm doing. That's how I play the game. That's how everybody plays the game, I think. Now, the 9inch, you know, that's another story. This is your PulseX clone. So, you know, take that for what it was. Finbear, they paid out 100 BBC when they were supposed to pay out 10. Oh, on like the blocks per block? That sucks. Damn, so I was 10 times the inflation expected? Ouch. Yeah, so, yeah, yikes. Kinetic says he was a project manager for the Orion project, so I have a hard time arguing with him about that premise. I need to Google that. Orion project. I'm not even familiar with that one. Man, I learn about new Black Ops projects every day. Jesus. It's always something. That's wild. Guillaume says Cloudflare is having issues yesterday and today. My own websites on RPC wasn't affected, but they are having problems. Okay, so yeah, so Cloudflare provides like massive services, man. Everybody uses Cloudflare, like, because they do really good DDoS protection. They already got the data centers and the distributed like endpoints everywhere. You know, like if you're running a website, it makes sense. You know, it's probably pretty cheap too. Yeah, DDoS protection, content delivery networks, like yeah. Dynamic load balancing, domain name service. Yeah, I mean, it's legit stuff. But yeah, it sucks when they have problems. It's very complicated. I feel really bad for the because this company, sure, it's a faceless corporation, right? They're probably making a shit ton of money, but behind the scenes, there's a bunch of nerds like me in the data centers getting yelled at by management when the shit doesn't work, get screamed at 3 in the morning, be like, "You're not leaving here until it works. Like, fix it. Like, we're losing $1 million an hour. Like, what?" And some poor nerds just like crying, like sweating it out. Like, I feel bad when that shit happens. Like, because some nerds getting it, man. That's uh Paul Sachs says, makes sense, connects. Remember, we used to think people get sucked out of planes if they open up. It's only under rapid depressurization. After that, many passenger planes have flown with an open cab. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter the other day. There's some dude opened the door on like a Korean air flight, and yeah, the wind was blowing in, but yeah, they were fine. They didn't get sucked out. MT Coiner, the Hex community always humbles me. I sometimes make the mistake of thinking I'm slightly intelligent. Watch things like this bring me back down to earth. Oh no, man. I mean, I'm just a normal dude too. Any single human can only know so much. Like we're all dumb, but together, when we all group up, we all become more intelligent. We all know a little bit. Everybody knows a little something that you don't know. I kind of believe that. I'm a big believer in that. Is like everybody I meet, they know something I don't know. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm going to find out what it is, but they know they've experienced something I haven't experienced. So that's how I look at things. But yes, there's so much we can't understand. Our little meat puppet minds. You can only fit so much stuff in these biological computers. Even me, I try not to remember like facts anymore. I try to take advantage of the internet for like just remembering crap like that. I don't want to remember things anymore. The computer does it so much better, and then I just use the computer to recall it. Finn Bear, for instance, we can explain the mechanics of gravity as it has an immediate effect over immense distances, faster than the speed of light. Ah, I know the answer to that one. Haha. I'll teach you. Here's I'll teach you who taught me. So we all love Richard Hart, right? And Richard will make you financially free. He's one of the smartest and most intelligent men I've ever met, right? Now there's another guy on YouTube who is the wisest man I've ever met. And what I mean by that, like Richard is probably one of the most intelligent. He knows like facts, he knows crypto, he knows like a lot, how to dress, how to be attractive, how to just live a great life. But then if we go theory, now this guy, Ken Wheeler, he's the wisest man on earth, in my opinion, and he knows more about the true nature of metaphysics and physics than anybody. And the reason gravity works at faster than light, and there is faster than light like stuff, there is instantaneous reaction at a distance, it's because of the ether. Like the ether is like the substrate that makes the whole universe. It's not a thing. It's actually counter space. It's not a place. It's like the opposite of a place. But it's not nothing either. It's not a thing. It's like not a place. You can't go there. It's not on a map. But it is the counter space from which all things come. And literally this picture right here up at the top, he's done with the supercell. And this shows the magnetic dielectric vortex. And literally that hole in the center there points back to counter space. That is the dielectric portal that literally goes to counter space. And then that is where all energy and things come from. And the only like shape in the universe is this swirl. Like energy comes out of the vortex, and then it comes back down, and it goes back into counter space. And it's a vortex. I can show you the picture. And these are rotating magnetic fields. It kind of looks like that. If you could visualize it with numbers and like put it into a grid, it's a donut torus shape that's spinning. It's spinning. And like that's literally like things are coming out of not existing from the ether. They come out and they exist, and then they go back to the ether. And that is the shape of like protons, and like all things are this shape, basically. Like this is, there's no such thing as quantum. There's no such thing as particles. Everything is these fields. They're electric, dielectric, magnetic fields that interact with everything. Like Tesla was right. Like that. Yeah, that's like this picture of Tesla here. This, Einstein was wrong. Tesla was right. The ether is real. This shit is real. Einstein says this is all bullshit. He says that there is no ether, and that, space is real and time is real. It's like, no, man, it's the ether is real. Time and space are just human reifications of things that don't exist. Like, you can't bend time. You can't bend space. but you can bend the ether, you could churn the ether. Like, so, but everything I learned about this is from Ken Wheeler. He does like 3 YouTube videos a day, every day for years. He's talking about ghosts. Ghosts are real. If you really should call them disembodied beings, but like they're real. I had no idea, man. I was an atheist for the longest time. And it's like there's more to nature than meets the eye. Like there's like it's metaphysics. It's like this is the physical realm. So it's like what's in counter space, like what comes from counter space, like how does that all work? So wild, man. Highly recommend. You got to watch this guy. This has really expanded my mind. Reminds me of magnetic fields. Exactly. That's very speechy. Literally, the magnetic fields. Yeah, Finbear. Einstein was a tool. Yeah. Do you know that Einstein means one stone? Not Einstein. It's German for one stone. It literally means idiot. Like, it's a joke. Yeah. One stone. It's like, yeah. Can just finish this theory of everything. I downloaded it immediately. Yeah. I mean, basically, it's just the ether. Like, that's, but yeah, everything is all tied together from the ether. Yeah, what is a ghost? That was 12 days ago. He made that video. Blew my mind, man. Like disembodied beings. Like basically you're like, if you think he's got the analogy, your bodies are like a radio. So I stole his analogy, and your body's like a cell phone, right? This is like your body, and it's got a memory chip inside. You got cameras, and you got ears and a microphone, and this is your body. And then your like the screen and like the music it plays, or if you listen to a podcast, that's like you speaking. That's like your life. That's like the things you do. So what's your soul, right? Do humans have a soul? And it's like, well, yeah, your soul is like the 4G, the radio waves in the ether. Just like real radio waves in real life are literally waves in the ether. So that's like literally what your soul is. Basically, it's a wave in the ether, and then you're alive when your phone is connected to the network, is picking up the 4G, and that's how you can go online and you can look at pictures, and like that's how we function as humans. So, but when you separate the radio waves, when you smash the radio or you smash the phone, you break the body. It's like, well, you didn't do anything to the 4G signal or the radio wave signal. That's still being broadcast. That's still waving in the ether. You just smashed the radio. But our life is the radio signal plus the radio or the phone. Like that is us. So when you disconnect them, like life's over. But the radio wave still goes on. Like you didn't end the signal. You can't kill the signal. You can't stop the signal. The signal keeps going. So that's literally what Ken's taught me. That is like literally the truth. That's how things work. So yeah, it's wild. I can finally see it now. I visualized it like in my head, like that shape. Because these spin and they rotate, and they interact with each other, and it's nuts, man. So this is cool. And like even a generator, like he talks about how you've got your gasoline generator. Well, it doesn't really generate anything. You're not even if you turn a crank, it's like, and you've got this mechanical energy. Your mechanical energy isn't what generates the electricity. You're just rotating magnets around a copper coil, and then those magnetic fields that you're rotating, those literally churn the ether. You're churning the ether like butter, and then as you churn it, literally electricity rips out from counter space, because you're like ripping open the ether. You're like tearing a hole in the fabric of the ether, like ripping it open, and the freaking pure energy pours out. So an electric generator is really an electric manifester. You're manifesting the energy, which is like, even like, so it doesn't matter, like coal fire plant or like a wind turbine. It's like the spinning turbine just turns the shaft, which then turns the magnets around the coil. Like the actual turning of like that force from the windmill, you're not turning that into electricity. That's not like actually converted into anything. All that does is move the magnets, which then churns the ether. So what Ken's basically said is there's got to be a way to make a magnetic engine where once you kickstart it, it'll just keep going, and it'll produce unlimited power with no input. You don't need any gas or any wind turbines or anything. There is a arch form of magnets to where we can get free electricity forever, unlimited. We just have to figure out how to build it. Like, what is the physical shape of this machine that'll churn the ether? Like, so it's possible. He talks about it, man. But I think the government already knows about that kind of stuff. I think we already have this technology, and there's no way they're going to let us have it, because that would destroy the like it would destroy the economy. Like literally, so like, society is built around energy consumption, like the price of oil, our cars, paying your electric bill. Like if we all had free power, like like it would be bad. It would be bad for temporarily. I mean, I think humans should get through it, and then we should be able to have a good society. And everybody should have free power, but there's no way we're not gonna see it in our lifetimes. There's no way. There's too much conflict between humans. We have to keep our current system would be upended like overnight if we did free electricity. Connects this Cloudflare's largest company you never heard of. Yeah. If you run a high gauge copper wire up into the air 100 feet plus, will generate about 8 volts for free. Yeah, that's because there's magnetic fields from the sun and the earth, like interacting all the time. And then, yeah, just that copper wire, you're moving a magnetic field through a wire. And yeah, yep, you get that current. Yep. So yeah, definitely check out Ken. He's like my second favorite. I love Richard Hart. I love Ken Wheeler. If you want to really watch like some guys that are really at the top of their game. Like he really knows stuff that no other human does. Like, you know, one of the best translators of Greek and ancient languages that's ever lived. Like, I wish I could hire this guy and hire him as a private tutor for my kids. Like, because I would just like, Ken, you teach my children like everything you know. Like yeah, that would be the best. Because man, so highly recommended. I watch that every day. All the old spirals in the old world building things were electrical sponges. Yep. And the Tesla coils and all Tesla's technology that they took away. Oh yeah. Tesla had freaking electric towers that just pulled electricity right out of the air. Yep. But they didn't want that. Nah, it's bad for business. Yeah. Pi never stops. The energy will be unlimited. Yeah, there is unlimited electricity in the ether. You could get access to it with a electric generator if we knew how to shape the magnets right. Literally unlimited power. Yep, forever, everywhere. Yep, totally. Yep. You don't need gas, you don't need wind, you don't need solar, you don't need any of that crap. You just need the right shape of magnets and coils and the right machine, which we haven't invented yet. So whoever invents that, you are a legend. And I want to buy your first prototype, and I want one in my house. I want like a little miniature one, because then if we can all get our own little mini power plants that you just have at your house, like a gas generator, but there's no gas. You just push the button and boom, you have infinite electricity forever. That's totally doable. Like it's we just have to invent it. Yeah. Yeah, talk about an instantly valued $1 trillion market cap if we built a tech company around his tech. Yeah. Finbear, I know several Hexians that are fans of Ken. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Ken, man. It's everything he says is true. I've been watching him for years now. And Richard accidentally turned me on to him because Richard loved Tesla. So I went down the Tesla rabbit hole, and that led me to Ken. So yeah. Yeah, many Hexagons are Neo thinking out of the box. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. The people who like got into Hex and found Richard early are definitely, I think, critical thinkers like us, very freedom minded, very independent minded, very self-sufficient minded, you know, want to make things better, want the best technology, just want the best. Like you just want to be the best, you know. Yeah. Everyone's minds go to flying cars. He laughed at me. I was thinking too small. How about turning off hurricanes and tornadoes the moment they start and make it rain in the deserts? 100%. Hell yeah. Or even those flying cars. I mean, I want those damned UFOs that they won't give us. I want those UAPs, man, like the gimbal. I want a gimbal. Like and you can see the magnetic gimbal UAP. You can see the magnetic field shimmer around the craft. Ken even talked about this. Yeah, this. You could see it. Like, see the light around the dark? See that shimmer? That's an electromagnetic field. These craft are powered by these unlimited power generators, and then they're able to use the magnetic field to like literally, it's not repelling gravity. Gravity is dielectric attraction, right? You're not actually falling to the earth. You're actually falling toward a null pressure point and counter space between you and the earth. But these guys can do the same thing with their, if you have the right machine, you can literally turn on the dielectric like attraction. So it's almost like it's like a magnet that they can use to literally pull themselves wherever they want, damn near instantaneously at like whatever many miles an hour. Like so that's how this works. That's literally what you're looking at. That's how they can fly. That's how they can do the transmedium stuff. They go through water, air, space at any speed. They can change direction like on a dime. That's how they do it. And I think humans have got this shit and they're hiding it from us. This Department of Defense right here. Now, this gimbal one, this one I think was like a story of like alien technology. But I've heard Bob Lazar and all the others, they've talked, man, the government has this stuff. They've got these ships. They've got them. We've got them. So I want one, man. God damn it. I want one. So we're either going to steal it from them or we're going to build it ourselves. Either way, we got to get our hands on some of these things, because then you can go anywhere. You can travel wherever you want as fast as you want. Like, put the whole trucking business out of industry too. Like, there's so many reasons why this stuff is like bad though. Like, as far as like maintaining the status quo of human civilization the way you like things right now. Like all the truck drivers having their jobs. Dude, a fleet of these will replace every truck in the world. And then you can deliver things anywhere instantaneously. Like, don't give this to Amazon or Jeff Bezos. That'd be bad. Like, so, it's all depends how you look at it. But I want one, man. I just want one for personal use. Because they've got them, man. They've got them. And that's how they work. And Ken talked about that too. That's exactly how they fly. It's dielectric. And they've got some crazy power source in there. I talked about it. Harp doesn't have near capabilities when people think can. He helped them some of their tech. He owns most of the patents for GPS. Whew. Man, I'm going to talk to this friend of yours, dude. It sounds cool. Problem is, people that invent those devices get special visit. Yes, they do. Free speech. Yes, they do. Just like the guy in Australia who invented the water car. You could find it online. There's a guy in Australia. He invented a car that ran on water. And once the Alphabet Boys found out, they got into a van and they never saw him again. And his prototype from his garage disappeared. So if you build this shit in your garage, yeah, Alphabet Boys come and kill you. Straight up. If you build a ship, if you build a limited generator, if you build a water car, Alphabet Boys kill you. 100%. All the time. Yep. Guaranteed. So I guess that's a little dissuasion not to build one, but I say fuck them. I say build it in your garage and just don't tell anybody. If you're going to build this kind of stuff, just don't tell anybody. You just can't share it, like, which sucks because it's a gift to humanity, right? We should all have it. But yeah, it's just, nope. you get black bagged real quick. Yeah. Finbear, here's my flying RV hex flex. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Flying RV, bingo. Or your house. I mean, yeah, you just build just a big flying RV. That'd be baller, dude. Baller. Yep, that's what I want. Don't take my trucking job, sir. I don't want to. DGen Dougie. I don't want to. But what happens when guys with flying cars show up? What are you going to do? You need a flying truck. We need flying truckers. That's what we need. We need a fleet of them. And you could have human pilots. I like human pilots with computer pilots. Yeah. All right, team, you to manage the team running autonomous flying logistics trucks. See, there you go. Exactly. Yeah, you'll be in charge of a whole fleet of logistics trucks that fly. Yeah, or fleet. And then once we get these kind of ships, I know the next company I'm gonna found, and it's actually from a video game. It's from EVE Online. It's called OR, Outer Ring Excavations. So once I get a flying ship, I'm literally gonna found this company, and I'm gonna patent it. And basically, it's called OR. It's Outer Ring Excavations. And basically, you go into space and you mine space rocks. And once I get one of these damned gimbal ships, I'm going to fly to the asteroid belt in Earth. And I'm going to mine gold and platinum and palladium and whatever water. And you bring all that stuff, you haul it back to Earth and you sell it for top dollar, man. The first quadrillionaire, in my opinion, the first human quadrillionaire will be the founder of Outer Ring Excavations. In my opinion, space trucking, space hauling, and space mining will be an industry 500 years from now. That'll be like one of the best industries, period. 100%. I wish I could do it right now. I'd love to do it. This would be like a dream of mine, being like a metal speculator, but in space and going out there and mining and stuff. Like, oh man, just think of all the stuff out there, dude. Like all the cool, there's so much crap out there. And then if we had ships that we could actually bring it back, Like, that'd be a game changer. You know, you want all this cobalt for all these stupid electric cars? Ah, sure, I'll just grab it all in my freaking spaceship real quick. Like, but so man, that's, yeah, shout out to EVE Online. That what a great game. I love that video game. It's literally like a whole online world where you fly online spaceships. It's massively multiplayer. It's like 20 years old, still going. I've got tons of, like, I'm retired right now. I'm on a multi-year break. You have to take a break every once in a while, but it's like crack. I love it. Great game. But that's where I got the idea, and it's true. Like, I've read it in science fiction books too. Like that will be the first richest people ever. The answer isn't wind and solar. Yeah, kinetics. No, the answer is not wind and solar. No, we don't need wind and solar. Nope. I mean, they're cool for now. I think they're like middle technologies, but I don't know. I'm a believer that fossil fuels are not damaging the planet, because I'll show you who even, because or sorry, they cause pollution, but they don't cause global warming. I think that's a key for me. It's a big word difference. Global warming is not pollution. Those are two different things. Global warming is caused by the sun. Pollution is caused by humans. Pollution is bad, but global warming in the sun, we can't stop it. So I watched Suspicious Observers. This guy finally just got on Twitter. That's pretty depressing shit, but this is the best weatherman. This is the #1 weatherman in the world. If you want to know what's going on with the sun, what's going on with the earth, and what's going on with the weather, this guy knows it. And he also understands the like electric dielectric universe, which is what Ken talks about. It ties into this. Now, there's like a red pill in this, and you got to go to playlists, and you got to go to the disaster cycle. So it's kind of depressing. And I don't want to be the guy that gives you the red pill, but somebody's got to do it. Basically, every like 100,000 years, the sun has like a super, or is it 12,000 years? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I guess so. Like every 12,000 years, man, like there's a micronova on the sun that explode like a solar flare of all solar flares. Like they're huge. And I heard that you got info on this connects. Damn. Awesome. Because when the sun explodes, man, and it's CIA classified, like the CIA, they've hidden this shit for years, and it's in books. When the sun explodes, the top layer of gases, when the outer shell of the sun explodes, and it comes and it hits the earth, it sucks, man. It's gonna like it's gonna knock out all power, all of it. The internet's gone, PulseChain's gone, like crypto's gone, all of our electricity's, all technology's gone. We're immediately in the Stone Age. And like during the big ones, like it hurts, dude. Like there's like lightning, like God lightning, like from the sun to the earth. Like, so if you're on the side of the earth that's facing the sun that day, you're having a bad fucking day. Like, you know, it's a mass extinction event, you know. And then we go into like a couple multi-month, like cold, like dust winter. Like it's bad, dude. And it's coming in like 2024, 2025. And like, oh, it's wrecked, bro. We're wrecked. So I'm just praying to God that we're all dead before we see it in our lifetimes, man. Because yeah, it wipes out the ozone. Yeah, you got to live in a cave. Like, now, if you watch Suspicious Observer's videos, he shows you where on the earth to move. Like southern Colorado, northern New Mexico. Those are good spots, because the earth actually tips over on its axis. The north and south pole of the earth are actually going to change. Like the earth literally tips over, and then the sun is going to like show up in the sky in a different spot every day. And this has happened before. Like we have proof. So the earth is literally going to fucking tip over, and it's not good, dude. And like the oceans are going to like spill over land. So if you live in like Florida, like it just washes away. Like Florida's gone. Like it's gone. So yeah, like someday ancients lived in caves to evade the giant solar storms. Yes, yes. MT Coiner said it. Yep. Kinetics, why do you think I live in southern Colorado? Holy shit, Kinetics, you serious? Yeah, because that's literally where I'm thinking about moving, to the Observer Ranch in southern Colorado, because it's high enough elevation so you guys won't get washed away when the oceans spill over the continent. And like literally it's going to wash away America. But Colorado and the mountains, the Rocky Mountains, you'll be fine. So that's straight up. That's the truth. And where I'm at right now, New York City is going to be the new North Pole. When the earth tips over, like my house is going to be like frozen, dude. Like I can't stay here forever. Now, we don't know when the big one's coming, and not even this guy knows. That's the thing. We don't know when it's going to explode, but the earth's magnetic poles are shifting, and that shift signals, see right here, as the magnetic poles shift, that's the like the precursor. That's when you know it's coming. When the north and south magnetic poles of the earth flip, that's when it's game over. That's when it's time. And then boom, and the sun just cracks one off on us. So, oh man. So yeah, I want to move to southern Colorado with Kinetics. I'm coming to your place, Kinetics. We're gonna build like a little bunker underneath. Like we'll get some, you know, you don't have to go too deep, he said, because the earth is literally gonna shake. So you don't want to be in like, you don't want to be in deep tunnels because they'll collapse. You want to be just under the dirt. And yeah, man, like we all got to get to fucking Colorado, dude. They moved 2,000 miles in the last 20 years, the magnetic poles. Yep. Yes, they are moving and it's not good. We're getting record auroras. Yeah, man. That's exactly what's happening. Did they show a picture of the poles? But they are. It's, yeah, the geomagnetic excursion. Literally magnetic north and south are moving. And then this is it. Yeah, it's got to be lights out. That's the future. It sucks. It's so depressing. But basically, we need to use crypto now to get a bunch of money over the next 10 to 20 years to prepare for this. So we can get ready for when the magnetic pole flips. If you're prepared, actually, if you have all your stuff ready, you can survive and you'll live. Because humans have survived all of these. Like this has happened thousands of times and humans were there and we get through it every time. Not all of us, but some. So we'll survive. But it's gonna be a hell of a show. He says it's like the Super Bowl. It's like the Super Bowl of your life. You've been preparing for it. You didn't even know it. Is this your pitch for hex mining? We're all gonna be wiped out. Bob Farter. Yeah, I mean, well, hopefully the 5555 should actually come out right before this happens, hopefully. So yeah, if you do a 555 right now, save all your money and then 555 unstake sell and then use that money to save yourself. So yeah, totally. Yep. That's my plan. I'm sticking to it. That's right. Hopefully we'll get a good 5555. And hey, if we're wrong in it, let's say we get 50 years. Hey, great. Awesome. I'd love to do 2 555s. I'd love to do 30 years of hex staking before I can call it quits and let my kids take over and I can really retire and be done. I'll be 2 55s. How old will I be? I'll be 65 in 30 years, 2 555s. So yeah, sounds good. All right, guys. Well, that's about it for today. Alarm goes off in 3 minutes. So thank you all so much for being here. Go and watch Richard Hart. What a great day. Great day in Hexaco. Shout out to Hexo for putting this up here. Shout out to everybody in chat, all you guys here. I love every single one of you. Thank you for being here. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I think we're going to keep doing this every day from now on. All right, guys. All right. I love you all.